Hyundai is really on a roll these days. Year after year, they keep producing award-winning vehicles that just keep getting better and better and better. For example, the 2022 Hyundai Tucson was voted a top safety pick plus by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, or IIHS, as they are better known. And that's impressive to say the least. Well, today, we are going to take a close look at the 2023 Hyundai Tucson and take it for a spin just to see how it performs. So let's get started. For 2023, the Tucson comes in a variety of trim levels here in the United States. The essential trim levels are the SE at $27,745, the SEL $29,345, the Blue Hybrid $32,195, the SEL Convenience Hybrid $35,155, the XRT for $34,570, and that's brand new this year. It's got more aggressive trim and rugged exterior cladding and side steps. It's really cool. Plus the N-Line Sport Edition for $34,620. It's sportier on the inside as well as on the outside, and they even have exposed exhaust pipes. The Limited $37,005 MSRP, and that's what we have today. The Limited Hybrid $39,955, and all of the hybrids come all-wheel drive. But if you want the hybrid added on for the gas only, then you're looking at about $1,500. Now, as far as powertrains are concerned, the regular Tucsons get a 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder, 16-valve dual overhead cam, gasoline direct injected engine with 187 horsepower, 178 pound-feet of torque. And that's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission with Shiftronic. And you can also get the paddle shifters in the limited edition model, but that's the only one you can get it in. Now, you do have drive mode select, which you can set up for a normal driving mode, a sport mode, smart mode, or even a snow mode. Now, the front wheel drives get 26 city, 33 highway for 29 combined. All-wheel drive, 24 city, 29 highway, and they all use regular gas. Of course, the hybrids and the plug-in hybrids get even better fuel economy. And they come with a 1.6-cylinder 4-cylinder engine with an electric motor that combined generates 226 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque. And that's mated with a 6-speed automatic transmission. Also, the plug-in hybrid gets an estimated electric driving range of 33 miles on its own. Plus, properly equipped, the Tucson can tow up to 2,000 pounds. Now, of course, the major exterior and interior changes for styling occurred in the Tucson's 2022 model year, and yet are still greatly appreciated in the 2023. The Tucson shares the same platform with the Hyundai Elantra, but has grown up a bit in size as it has been lengthened and widened, which obviously provides more interior space for people as well as cargo. You can't help but appreciate the very distinctive exterior styling with the modern yet rugged appearance, with multiple character lines just flowing from front to rear. And it really stands out on the road. Now, I love the distinctive cascading LED daytime running lights. I believe the official term for them is parametric jewel hidden lights. And you tell me what you think. Now, the Tucson rear tail lights with the light bar also look just as cool, and that starts up in the SEL and above trim levels, so you'll see it at night, front and rear. Of course, you can see the LED headlights are tucked down below here, and maybe that's the reason why Hyundai slid the rear turn signal lights so low in the rear back bumper. Now, as far as ground clearance is concerned, you get 7 inches or so with the front wheel drive and about 8 inches plus with the all-wheel drive models. You have a McPherson strut, independent suspension in front, along with a multi-link rear suspension, plus those drive modes that are available, gives it a great ride. And the Tucson comes with 17-inch rims on the SE and the SEL and 19s on the upper trim levels. You have standard roof rails this year and the bright chrome accents that flow front to rear and that just floating roof line. And let me show you something in the back. You're gonna love this. There's a couple cool things. Check this out. Number one, you've got your integrated rear spoiler with your third high tail light, but hey, there's no rear wiper system. What's going on, Hyundai? Aha! The rear wiper system is tucked up here. out of sight, out of mind. It's not sectioned down here. And one of the reasons it's probably not positioned here is because they've integrated the Hyundai logo into the back glass itself. It's almost embossed into it, which is a nice idea, I think. And you have those cool rear tail lights, SEL and above, for the brake lights here, backup lights, etc. And here are your turn signals. I talked to you about that already, but there they are. Now, you have the usual hands-free option to throw your foot down, and everybody goes, well, where's the release? Well, I have one on my key fob, which is simple enough. Cha, but then I keep reaching for it right here. It's not. The hand release is down there. You got to get used to that. Check it out. Whoa. And what's nice is you can adjust the height of this for your garage. So if your garage is that tall, you don't want it to open up any higher, you just hold the button right there, it'll beep twice, you're good to go. Now, if that's not enough, will he bump his head on this? I think not. Now check this out. With the second row up, you have 38.7 cubic feet of cargo space. If I want to drop them down, you've got releases on either side. Bam, and now you have 80.3 cubic feet of cargo space. But what happens if you have an item that's a little too tall right here? You can't get it in. Aha! You have a low floor loading area. You can lower it, boom, just like that. So you have extra clearance. Pretty neat, huh? Anyway, you also have a little storage down here. Here, let me pull this out, pop this up. That's how easy it is. But bam, little extra storage down here, little cubbies on the side. You have your obligatory 12-volt outlet here, and I think that's pretty cool. Okay. Well, as you're well aware, we're in the limited model, and it has some nice touches along the way, of course, these beautiful leather interior, and it's roomy, lots of headroom here. And you also have the usual conveniences. You have your center armrest here, and you've got your cup holders. It's a little angular, but just don't fill your cups too high, and you'll be all right. Plus, one of the nice things about this is you do have reclining seats, pa-bam, and when you recline it, your cup holder's level. I didn't think about that, did you? I do. I stay up at night thinking about this stuff. Now, aren't you glad you're watching our videos? Anyway, let's see. We do have some, obligatory storage nets back here. We have air vents for air conditioning, and of course, two USB attachments. Just hookups. Boom, bam. Good to go. The center seat is comfortable without too much of a center hump, and this is the H-Track all-wheel drive. And because of the Panamanic, I didn't know, that's a new name for 2023, the Panamanic moonroof. Now, the panoramic moonroof. So, you've got lots of room here. You have a power shade, which is great, but I love the fact that not only do you have the open sunroof in the front for that fresh air, you have the tinted glass, but still the lighted backseat area, and there's even a pop-up wind visor so that the air will flow over the vehicle and not, cascade back on the passengers in the back. So I think Hyundai's done an amazing job. You have your cup holders on the side, soft touch material on the armrest. In this one, you have the black gloss here, the brushed chrome accent, and these cool strokes right down the side. It's really a work of art. And this is just the back seat. Wait till you see the front seat. Those are the front seats. You want to go? Hey, let's go. Let's check them out. Now, the first thing you'll notice when you get into the 2023 Hyundai Tucson is its beautifully appointed interior. It's extremely elegant and sophisticated. the way the lines wrap around you from the dash throughout. It's just one of the nicest interiors. Now this is the limited, top of the line, but the SE and SEL, they're wonderful too, but this is premium feel, especially on the steering wheel. You have this beautifully laid out 2-spoke steering wheel, and it's comfortable and versatile. You got your thumb holds right here, and with the limited, we have paddle shifters to go with our 8-speed Shiftronic transmission. Now I'm turning left, and there's my blind spot indicator. That's the left digital display here, showing me what's in my way or not in my way. This is one of the coolest features with the Hyundais. I mentioned it in our Palisade review as well. Right turn, same thing. It's absolutely great. Of course, you have a beautifully laid out air vent system here, and I know you're saying air vents, what is so beautiful about that? Well, you have your standard air vents across the front. When you adjust the fan, it'll adjust that gust at your face accordingly. But then Hyundai's added a diffuse button down here. And when you put it, the air no longer comes blasting out of the main vents, it's actually cascading across the vents across the entire dash. It's a very cool feature, no pun intended. Couple cup holders in the center. This Limited has a wireless car phone charger that can set right here, plus a couple USBs and a 12 volt. And in the back seat, you also have the USB capacities, and in the far trunk cargo area, you have the 12 volt system as well. And a little storage area, boom, right here. Actually, it's bigger than you'd imagine, and a decent sized glove box. Now you get standard cloth seats on the SE, the SEL, as well as the XRT trim editions. And if you want to get a mixture of cloth and leather, then you step up to the N-Line sportier edition of the Tucson, and that's kind of cool. But of course, our Limited does get leather seats. And these seats are not only heated, as you see right down here, there's a little button at my fingertips. You have heated seats as well as ventilated seats. And I'm gonna cool my butt right now here. Oh yeah. And this is really a nice feature. Just like the heated steering wheel. I mean, these are kind of luxuries that are now available to the masses, and it's something you're really going to enjoy. And as I mentioned earlier, you do have a drive mode select button right above your transmission, and this is a push button transmission, which takes you about 30 seconds to get used to. But it's kind of nice when you go into, well, for example, your normal mode, and that's just a white instrumentation cluster on your 10.25 inch digital display. But when you go to sport, it goes to red, and you can feel things tighten up, the throttle response, the steering, etc. And then you go to smart mode, where it'll calculate your driving characteristics into the type of suspension and transmission and acceleration that would be best suited for you. It's so smart. And of course, you have your snow mode, which is great, especially with your all-wheel drive system. So it's just a multifaceted, technologically advanced machine. And this independent suspension really soaks up the bumps nicely, unless you put it, of course, in sport mode. Now let's try acceleration. It's got some giddy up. Not the fastest beast on the road, but it's not designed to be that way. And of course, it has all of the standard safety features you'd expect with, you know, adaptive cruise control, blind spot detection, backup camera, backup sensors. Oh, and you do have with the Limited a surround camera too, the surround view. And I'll try to show that to you, but it's just a technological wonder. Hyundai's done such a great job. They even have a digital key. Not only can your cell phone be utilized to, you know, control your car, lock your, you know, cars, use your windows, things of that nature, locate your car, etc. But it turns into a digital key where you can just open your car door with your phone, which is kind of cool. You don't need to touch, you know, the door handle or whatever. It's just kind of like you go to hotels and you have that feature. You can just open your hotel room door with that, and now you can walk up to your car and go, done. Now, as far as screens are concerned for your infotainment system, you get the standard 8-inch screen. And as you step up to the Limited, then you're looking at this again, 10.25 inch screen, which is a very nice combination. But the interesting thing about it is you do have to use your wires system to hook up your Android phone or your Apple CarPlay phone on the 10.25. But it's wireless with the 8-inch screen. And I believe it has something to do with the navigation system that's set into the 10.25, but I'm not sure. But that's kind of weird, isn't it? But anyway, wonderful touchscreen, everything at your fingertips. You have clear displays, nice control. One of the nice adjustments you can make with the Tucson is on your screen. I won't do it here while I'm driving, but you do have ambient lighting, and you have 10 standard colors to personalize the interior of the base model Tucsons. But when you go up to the limited, you have 64 different colors you can choose from. So that gives this a personalization and a classy feel all its own. And you also have memory seats, which is awesome. That way, whoever wants to set up their settings accordingly, so they can adjust their seating and the mirrors, etc. Now, as far as stereos are concerned, you have a 6-speaker system for the SE, the SEL, and the XRT, that more rugged new version of the Tucson. But when you step up to the N line or the limited like we're in, then you get 8 speakers, and you can even step up to the Bose system, which is awesome. Absolutely a beautiful sound system, and it's a nice touch. I think if you're going to go for the limited and you want the best, you got to go with the best. You got to go with Bose. That's what I would do. I think it's great that Hyundai's offered so many different trim packages in the 2023 Tucson, that there's bound to be one to fit your needs, your budget, your lifestyle. But there's only one way to find out which one that is, and that's to experience them for yourself.